One, and I just want to have a quick talk to you about why anyone would want to become a journalist. I guess journalism rates down with used car salesmen in as far as the scheme of things goes, how the public perception. Why would you want to become a journalist? But that in its very self brings in the dichotomy. People might rate journalists as amongst the sleazy people of our community in many ways. Not suggesting that we are, but in many ways it's down there. Yet, people give a lot of respect to what we as journalists produce. That's the dichotomy. But people do. That's how people's worldview is made up. So, in developed countries, people from television, the media, press, radio, online now, build up their worldview in little bits and pieces at the local, regional, national and world levels. What's going on in Iraq? What's going on with our local council down the road? How do we get this information? It is through the media, through the stories that journalists tell. And that is basically what a journalist is, a storyteller. And that, as part of this course, is what we have to build. We have to build the skills to be able to tell stories well, tell them ethically and tell them truthfully, and tell them in a balanced way, showing different points of view. Stories told by journalists make up a large part of people's worldview. So each story we make, even if we're working in a regional television station or a radio station or for a newspaper, each story we write, make, produce, broadcast, makes up a tiny shard of many people's worldview. So to represent the truth is morally and ethically important. Journalists supply the raw material for people's attitudes. Not only the worldview, but the raw material for people's attitudes. How important is that? I mean, we've seen a lot over the past 10 years about attitudes against Muslims and the tide rising against multiculturalism. How much a part is the media and the way the media is reported on these things? I'm not saying what's right and what's wrong yet, but I'm just saying that the media influences people's attitudes. That is a huge responsibility. Now I'm talking to you, you're just starting out. This is week 1 of an introductory class. You think it's too early to be talking about that? Too early about the work that you might do, influencing people, making up their worldview? No, think again. In less than 3 years, some of you who really want to be journalists could well be working in a regional area for the ABC or on a regional newspaper. We have many students that haven't finished year 3 that are already working in these positions. So it's not that far ahead, and now is the time to think about it and build skills, not only build skills in the way of how to write and how to do everything else in the correct way to, but just remembering that overall view to be able to write, to produce ethically and with the truth, and to go that extra metre to get a balanced story, to bring in another view, just so people can make a fair choice. And we can, as journalists, make little, tiny changes, but they are changes in the world we live in. Thank you.